Bitcoin forecast: 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, based on retrieved data. Summary: analysts expect Bitcoin to remain volatile but generally bullish due to ETF inflows, halving effects, and institutional adoption. Forecasts for 2025 to 2030 from your search results show ranges from $70,000 to $200,000 depending on market conditions. 1-year forecast: 2026. Sources show mixed short-term sentiment. Bitcoin is trading around $86,000 to $90,000 in late 2025. Short-term forecasts expect moderate upside if ETF inflows return and liquidity improves. CoinCodex projects a 4.7% rise to $93,595 by early 2026. 1-year expected range: $80,000 to $110,000. Bearish pressure from ETF outflows versus bullish halving effects. 5-year forecast: 2030. Your sources include long-term projections from analysts and cycle models. Investing Haven forecasts $125,000 to $200,000 for 2025, with continued strength beyond that. Bitcoin Magazine highlights on-chain valuation tools that historically predict cycle peaks and bottoms accurately. Institutional adoption, ETFs, corporate holdings is a major bullish driver. 5-year expected range: $150,000 to $300,000, depending on macro conditions, regulation, and ETF flows. 10-year forecast: 2035. Your search results don't give explicit 10-year numbers, but they do provide on-chain valuation models used for long-term forecasting. Analyst expectations of continued institutional adoption and Bitcoin's role as a store of value. Using these models and typical cycle growth patterns. 10-year expected range: $250,000 to $600,000 plus. Assuming continued halving cycles, institutional demand, and global adoption. Quick table, all rows highlighted. Time horizon forecast range key drivers: 1 year $80,000, $110,000, ETF flows, liquidity, post-halving effects 5 years $150,000, $300,000, institutional adoption, macro cycles, supply shock 10 years $250,000, $600,000, plus global adoption, halving cycles, store of value narrative. Sources: key risks and notes. Crypto remains highly volatile. ETF outflows can trigger sharp corrections. Macro tightening, interest rates, liquidity, affects BTC heavily. Long-term models are not guarantees, only probability-based projections.